Two Tribes is stepping down from game development and sent us off with a bang, quite literally as well. This game actually had me cursing out loud in disbelief of what I was seeing, and chuckling to myself when there was glory to be had. This game features some seriously strong and savage gameplay. I'm not even a fan of shooters. I bought this game for its platforming elements along with its stunning visuals, and now I want to play more shooters. This is Late Night Retro. Let me tell you a little bit about this game called Rive. Starting off, you can tell the developers really had fun with this game. The throwbacks to classic gaming are littered throughout the gameplay and dialogue. I enjoyed the gruff, sarcastic, deadpan delivery of Roughshot, the protagonist, along with the robot DLL, a presumptuous drone who in the end really tends to grow on you. Both were voiced by Mark Dodson, who did voice work in Return of the Jedi and Gremlins. Along with some colorful banter, you will also be greeted with some colorful graphics. The stages are all well designed and feel alive in the spaceship you've stumbled upon. This game is a mix between a two-stick shooter and a platformer, and at times it will demand you to take advantage of each of those genres. It does an awesome job of meshing them together. The game is challenging but not overly difficult. It's what I think gameplay should strive for. You don't have to be a dead-eye shooter here to succeed, but really just some good reaction time coupled with knowledge of what's going on around you, and you're on a path to success. The thing about this game is you don't just get to make a couple jumps, shoot down a couple robots, and then digest some storyline. Nah, not this game's style. I felt like I was always in some action, or putting what I learned from the past from the game into the present as I dance my way through bullet fires, sometimes hanging on by a thread of my life as I reach out to hack a robot welcoming its aid. Feels good, man. Rive has 4 alternative weapons you can buy, along with some armor and quality of life upgrades. The game is pretty well designed in the fact that I found myself using all 4 of the weapons in certain situations. I started with the rockets, well, because I was playing a shooter and the rockets seemed to make sense to me. But as you further progress in the game, and the swarm of robots become larger and more aggressive, I found myself leaning on some of these alternative weapons more in certain situations than the rockets. I dig that. +1 for game design. For example, you may find yourself tunneling through crawl spaces and pipes. There's a shotgun upgrade that is perfect for those tight areas, or to single out an enemy. Then there's a shield that will stun enemies and allow you to retake aim and gather footing. This is especially useful when you find yourself getting overrun by a swarm, and it does interrupt the lasers of some enemies to allow safe passages. In the end, all of them are pretty cool upgrades. You can hold the charge of 1 alternative attack. Once you use it, you'll have to find a crate to replenish your charge. Crates drop off enemies along with health. The health drops are not overabundant, so it feels really damn good when you get one, especially when you're clinging on to life mid-fight. To afford these alternative weapon upgrades, you'll have to gather scraps, which drop like rain off of exploding enemies. The game's mechanics all work well together, and I enjoy how they're all mixed up throughout the areas of the game, giving you some truly satisfying brand new challenges, along with combining older mechanics in a brand new way to give you a feeling of, I got this. I found myself riding through gravity fields in the beginning of the game, so I knew how they worked. And then later in the game, I get an upgrade to hack a robot that emits a gravity field. So now I'll be using this mechanic to float through corridors of meat grinders, or using it for a phase of a boss fight. While the variety of enemies is not great, they combine them in good combinations with good game mechanics and sound level design to give you ultimately some satisfying gameplay. Let's talk about the controls. The controls are super tight and responsive as well. I played this with an Xbox 360 controller and the button layout works great. I don't know. I sit here and I think of what are some negatives I could point out, or maybe I like this about the game, but I didn't like this. And I found myself having a hard time being subjective here, guys. I can't really think of anything I didn't like about Rive. Well, shit. Oh, the music in this game too, I loved it. With all these explosions and this fast-paced gameplay, you'd think your ears were going to be blasted off with some high-tempo, high-strung music. But nah. It plays some wonderful, chill, immersive tracks that blend perfectly into this wickedness somehow. I guess I won't call this a review, but perhaps more of a love letter. So in closing, Rive is an awesome game. It's the most engaged I've been in a game in a while. The game has leaderboards for all modes. There's a campaign mode, a speedrun mode, and a 1cc mode. It will compare your times in all 3 modes against your friends and fellow players of the game, so if improving or seeking higher notoriety is your style, you will have something to strive for. Me, I'm gonna play through the campaign again, because I know I can get a better time, and frankly I just want to play some more. Oh, how's this for being subjective? The game is about 6 hours long for $13 bucks. It should be 24 hours long. Well, that's it. With the slew of new games constantly being released and already having quite a few in my backlog, I must say games tend to get lost in the mix. This is one I encourage you, the viewer, to check out, and probably one that I will revisit later in my life, just because in the short time I have had with this game, it has become one of my favorite games, and I can't really say I've played anything else like it. It's like Blaster Master for the NES on a Coke binge. I digress though. Nonetheless guys, this has been Late Night Retro. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the footage and the review on Rive. If you're craving that retro, you got that retro itch, don't worry, I still got you covered over there. I got a Sega video that I put out this week as well. It's on a Japanese exclusive called Dana, Goddess's Birth. So check that out. Or don't. I mean, go buy this game and have some fun.